Welcome back to Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. So we have a new level here in the 1940s, so let's go straight to it. The Greatest Escape.
Interesting. This, I think, is the first time we'll be doing more than one level in the same hub. Well, you know, like right after.
Yeah, there will be a couple more times here and there, I think, if I remember correctly.
It's also the way you unlock the levels.
Also, the license plate on that Rocky first.
Ah, yes. My favorite hotel.
Yes, so Rocky and Muggsy decided to hide in this hotel with the money they stole, and Bugs decided he's gonna go in there and see what's up.
Get 5 of these objects to receive a clock symbol.
Yes, Chova?
Thanks, Merlin. So I guess in this particular time frame, Bugs just decides to be a hero and go after them. Okay, I guess... Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I guess, to be fair, it's a PlayStation era game. I'm willing to give PlayStation era games more leniency in that not every game was Metal Gear Solid. Like, sometimes you just had weird stuff happening because, hey, we need a level, essentially.
That's the thing also, Joe. Remember, this was relatively early in the life cycle of the development team. The direct sequel to this, Time Busters, actually has a more defined plot, and the way the levels are stringed together with each other. So you can look forward to that, I guess.
That said, I would like to tell the devs who legit put a sneaking section right before the guy who shoots you to screw off, because what the hell?
See, here's the thing, Joe, that Pedro also showcased. You can totally cheese the sneaking section by hopping onto them.
Yep.
That is true. But still, like, if you're doing it the way that they intend you to, that's, like, kind of cheap.
So, yeah.
Yes, I have played Crash Bandicoot, Toxic Waste.
This level is actually a level more on the shorter side. Because...
I feel like the longest levels are always, like, the first ones of each section.
I could have sworn you clipped through that platform there.
One of the levels in the future, Dimension X, actually is relatively long. I can tell you that.
Basically, the hotel has 3 floors. And Muggsy is waiting for us at the top for a boss battle.
Here's the thing, Joe. Despite, Rocky appearing in the intro, there you go, even in the intro, he's not in this level.
Nope. Which is weird. My guess is you can argue that Rocky escaped through some kind of back door, and Muggsy is here to hold the fort, I guess. Alright, so let's explore the first floor.
He literally just...
So yeah, as you can actually go straight for Muggsy's boss battle, and just finish the level immediately, but obviously there's a lot more stuff to collect, so let's explore all the floors, see what we can find.
In typical collectathon fashion.
That being said, because we don't have all of the abilities yet, we will not be able to get everything on your first go.
I'm gonna say that this building is not up to code, given that there's a black void of which you can fall in.
To be fair, Jova, it was the 30s, Great Depression and all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure even by that standard, but even those that were the most affected by the Great Depression, like the hotel inspectors, would have probably been like, excuse me, why is there a void going into the center of the Earth's core here?
The better question is, why not?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, because it's a safety hazard, that's why not.
Once again, we don't have the super jump ability, so we can't use that.
Well, that's a good point, sir. Why don't I just draw up the terms here and... Oh, look, what's that? Kick! And that's why they never got reported.
So yeah, you will not be able to get all the Acme boxes in this run, because again, I don't have all the abilities necessary for it, so... I guess that's it for 401 for now.
Again, it's been a while since I played this game, so I forget. It's possible to get into some other stages before, or is this like... I'm sorry, or like the 30s, the first time that pretty much you can get the secondary level and access it, because I know technically...
literally the first, even in the caveman time, the first level that you unlock is the second one, which is the boss fight.
Yep.
Wow, okay, I meant aside from boss fights, since, again, like I said, they're inconsistent with the boss fights, but I'm talking about full-on platformer levels.
There was that thing in the Pirateers where they unlock followed by a rope, but again, you can't do it until you have the super jump ability, so it might as well not count. So yeah, technically, I guess you can consider the 1930s the first time you properly unlock the second platforming level right after, I guess.
I've always found it a bit weird. I get why certain games do it. I get why Crash Bandicoot did it. I just have always found it weird when it's about you have to go back and forth between some levels to actually get the full experience.
It's because, first off, when it comes to unlocking things, remember, it's just like in Mario 64. You need to a certain number of clocks for each level. Second, when it comes to the whole power-ups thing, well, that's just their idea of,
expanding the journey.
The journey, where like, you see, you go through these levels a bit, but you go into everything. But then later on, when you get a new ability, you can come back to the older levels, and you'll find new paths that you didn't see before. So that's the idea behind this design, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They also get unlocked, in this kind of way, instead of having you do just one age completely, and then moving on to the next, so that you can actually return later and see new stuff instead of just doing everything immediately.
Again, Mario 64 was the one.
It does for the most part help any one time area from getting stale.
Yeah, and Mario 64 was the one with the free hats. That Mario 64. There you go. If you try to
classic.
Yes.
Sorry, pal. We don't have the music ability.
Fun fact, Jova, this music ability is used only 2 times in the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, even I recall, I barely used it. Probably because the game barely asked you to use it.
It's not even about barely using it. Remember, the abilities you use were only on the context-sensitive button, and there are only 2 occasions where you do that.
Yep.
It's incredibly specific because most time dates don't have a piano. Which, I guess kind of makes sense since, pianos didn't exist.
The only other time Bugs actually whistles the melody.
Yeah.
So they had a better excuse to actually do it.
Yeah, true. Why not keep it to pianos? That would at least explain why it's so, rare.
Yeah, basically. Remember, Mario 64 had the free hats, the winged cap, the metal cap, and the vanish cap. And when you get those caps, it's always good. It's always good to go back to the older levels now that you can use these hats to get stars you couldn't get before. So again, this is a game. This is a post Mario 64 3D platformer, and it shows.
There you go.
Aiming like a wrecking ball.
And there you go. I learned my lessons last time. Kick every single one of these vases because there might be golden carrots in there.
Also, I had no idea why there was a brick on that particular side, because it's not really used to get up or something.
Yeah, it's weird. And I guess we're done with this for now.
Yeah, to go back.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't like about this game. Some of the backtracking it asks you to do platforming-wise. It's not the worst, but it's like, surely you could have provided some sort of shortcut to save time?
Well, technically you could. I can just kill myself and go back to the checkpoint.
You know what I mean, though, right?
There's actually a golden carrot on that vase, but I don't get it this time. But I'll get it later.
There was also a surface that you could let the barrel destroy. That you missed. Is that too?
That's okay. I'll get it later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the boss battle against Muggsy.
Some people died.
Oh well. No. Don't worry, Dwebs. Everybody's been evacuated to the safe zone.
That's all, folks.
That's all.
Yes. Why, yes,
Bunch
game,
of
I have
people
played.
have died.
Why, yes, game, I have played Crash 1 and Crash 2.
Exactly.
Feels like Ripperoo and Tiny's boss fights put together.
You had to time right the when you actually throw the bomb.
Basically. So basically, Muggsy chases you while also throwing bombs, and basically you have to time it so that you throw the bombs at him so that it'll explode in his hands and hurt him. That's okay. Like, see, the thing is, even if you die amid the boss battle, you just respawn immediately. The boss doesn't even restart, so whatever damage you did to the boss is retained even after you die. So the bosses are incredibly forgiving.
Yeah. Again, I get this is a game mostly for children, but I don't know if Mario could manage to have a decent amount of, challenge. I don't get why was it going more on the easy side.
Kind of ironic that the bosses are relatively easy, whereas the platforming can still be pretty challenging.
There you go.
I think the Jova is called hard levels, easy bosses or something.
Oh, that's the Silver Surfer design philosophy, where the levels are hard as shit, but the bosses are insultingly easy. There we are.
You killed him in midair.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
Also, I checked in the meantime between parts. Apparently, when it comes to recording, audio lines, even apparently Daffy has archive audio melt blank instead of actually being voiced.
Yep. There are bits where Joe Lasky voices him, though. I can tell you that much.
Let me save
All right. In the meantime, Teo, wanted to talk about is that pirate enemy that we brought up previously.
All right, just give me a second. No, it's bad again because of word of meme. I recognize the character design, so I wanted to know because I haven't seen the original short where he came in. Let me check. It's called, I think, Bonanza Bunny.
Bonanza Bunny, yeah.
Yeah, from 1955.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, so where next? Okay, let's go back to the Stone Age.
The Stone Age.
Alright, if I remember correctly, I think I unlocked... Yeah, there you go. The first of the secret levels. Wabbit or Duck Season. Alright, if you're familiar with the Rabbit Hunting trilogy, those are 3 of the greatest animated shorts ever made, then you know exactly what the premise is here.
Mm-hmm.
Wabbit or Duck Season. As you can see, yeah, we're actually up against regular Elmer Fudd, not Stone Age Elmer Fudd, despite this being a Stone Age level. There you go. So here's here's the basic gist of it. We have to make sure kick the signs to reflect Daffy, whereas Daffy on his end will be doing the opposite. When the timer runs out, if I have more signs, if there's more Daffys than Bugs, we win. And Bugs gets the clock. If not, then we lose and we have to start over.
In case you're wondering, yes, you can attack him to stop him momentarily. So.
Oh, we're fighting Daffy Duck.
Yeah, basically make sure you fool Elmer into thinking it's duck season. Again, the three shorts inspired by this. My personal favorite is Rabbit Seasoning, the second one, because it has some of the greatest comedic writing ever put on anything.
Which is the one where Daffy Duck just has it up for the debate. He just says, "Duck season, fire!"
In a moment, I'll tell you.
Hey, rabbit season.
Okay, that's the first one. That's Rabbit Fire. But I prefer the one in Rabbit Seasoning, where Bugs. It's true, Doc. I'm a rabbit, all right. Would you like to shoot me now or wait till you get home? Shoot him now! Shoot him now! You keep out of this, Daffy. He doesn't have to shoot you now. He does so have to shoot me now. I demand that you shoot me now. And he shoots Daffy. Let's go through that again. Okay. Would you like to shoot me now or wait till you get home? Shoot him now. Shoot him now. You keep out of this. He doesn't have to shoot you now. Ah, that's it. Hold it right there. Pronoun trouble. It's not he doesn't have to shoot you now. It's he doesn't have to shoot me now. Well, I say he does have to shoot me now. So shoot me now. boom. The dialogue in that short is, it's genius. Like, it's just like seriously, watch Rabbit Seasoning again. It's just as funny today as it was in the 40s. It's genius. The writing in that short is genius.
You know, imagine being
New
a kid
age
who-
unlocked.
The medieval period.
medieval times. You know, imagine being a kid who is sick of seeing bugs win, so you intentionally lose just to get the bit where Elmer shoots bugs instead.
Well, actually, Jova, Bob Kleinman made those shorts. I'm sure you've heard of Cecil the Turtle. You know, the...
Yeah.
Like, the reason we have that, first off, it's of course a subversion of the whole, it's meant to be a reference to the whole tortoise beats the hare fable, obviously. But it's for the sake of giving Bugs an enemy that he cannot defeat, for the sake of subverting So even back then, Jova, people were trying to subvert our expectations. Alright.
Ooh, a rabbit.
Hey, what's cooking, Zsa Zsa?
Zsa-zsa. Rabbit stew.
Rib?
Yeah. Witch Hazel, voiced by June Foray in this game.
Yeah, I mentioned the first part.
Oh, that was straight up Wile E. Coyote there.
Yep. So yeah,
Alright.
what's cooking, Doc?
This is also one of the biggest levels in the entire game, although because of the different, layers onto it, you literally cannot take it all in one go, if I'm correct.
No, you cannot 100% this game just yet, because first of all, you need the music ability, and you also need the super jump ability.
You know, ironically enough, Bugs originally meets Merlin and Monroe in an area akin to this, as opposed to nowhere.
Yeah. Technically, the area where we meet him in Nowhere is inspired by the one he meets him in Nightmare Hair. Me and Teo actually rewatched Nightmare Hair. That's the short where Merlin is from. And technically, the silo is there. Like, it's even kind of... You can tell that whoever made this game loves that short, and they decided to base the entire main plot of this game around that short for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, like right down to the whole him turning Bugs into a pig.
Yeah.
It's,
Although I really like the what happens in that short where Bugs uses the powder to turn Merlin into a horse, and then he unzips to try to Bugs unzips the pig outfit, but it's another horse behind it. Then it zips again, it's still a horse. Unzip. Wow, that gives him a hobby. But yeah, that's basically it. As for
I do feel like the aesthetic, at least, the coloring matches is that of Nightmare Hair, but I digress.
Oh yeah, sure. No, like Theo said, you cannot 100% this stage immediately now.
Visiting hours, 8 a.m. to 5.
So let's talk Witch Hazel, since she's actually one of the more obscure of Bugs Bunny's opponents. Originally, in the original short, Bewitched Bunny, which is the short of her premiere, she was voiced by B. Benaderet. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right. So she actually had a different voice actress for her first short. However, right after that, in 1956, June Foray took over, and yes, she reprises that role that she in this game. So yeah, she's actually the only one of the original Looney Tunes actors who managed to return for this game, since she was still alive at the time.
Oh, June Foray was such a trooper when it came to reprising roles. Let's not forget, she also came back for that DuckTales game.
Yeah, she played Witch Hazel from 1956 all the way to 2005. In the early 90s, Tress MacNeille voiced her briefly.
Not too surprising.
Recently, Eric Bauza is the one voicing Witch Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
Remember who was her voice actress for the Looney Tunes show? So the Looney Tunes show seems to practically be its own era of Looney Tunes when it comes to voice actors, because it seems like
was Witch Hazel? Sorry, go on.
Yes, she is in the Looney Tunes show.
Oh, okay.
Considering the setting, it feels really weird.
Technically, she goes by a slightly different name, Witch Hazel, but yeah, no.
Wait, isn't there an identity in the Duck Dodger series instead?
I don't recall Witch Hazel being on the Duck Dodger series.
Oh, trust me, Drova, the Duck Dodger series is about basically all the characters just having even more obscure one for like one episode each, having different identities. So
she might have been on an episode that I missed then.
again, there's one has Yosemite Sam as a Klingon parody.
Okay.
Okay, that one I do remember. Anyway, okay, during the Looney Tunes show, she was oh, you'll like this. She was voiced by Roz Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
You may remember played Thalia in Disney's Hercules.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm looking at Looney Tunes Wiki right now. Okay, so small correction. Eric Bauza plays Witch Hazel in Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. Okay,
The mobile game that I mentioned.
However, apparently, when it comes to other media, it's Candy Milo who voices her.
Oh, Shantotto's voice actress.
Yeah, well, Candy Milo has played so much shit. Like I grew up with her playing Mom in Cow and Chicken Tail, so this woman has been voicing for so long at this point that it's just like. Okay, so now we're going on to this other section. There you go,
Yeah,
and here is the Forgotten Woods, and there's Daffy Duck's Robin Hood incarnation from a couple shorts.
That's actually a nice merging of canon stuff.
Oh, don't let him attack you because he steals your golden carrots, by the way.
That being said, he does have a couple golden carrots on him, so you still should kick him at least once.
Mm-hmm. The idea is that you need to not necessarily tire, make sure that he goes back to one of the trees. Well, sure, you can also do that, but you know.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's what happens. So basically, every time he hits you, you drop some golden carrots.
And since those things are incredibly precious, yeah, get them off of him while you can.
There we are.
Thankfully, when you do kick him, you more or less can get your carrots back that he stole.
Mm-hmm. The best strategy is to wait for him to go back to one of the trees and then kick him down from there.
There you go. He doesn't have any golden carrots with him right now, so we're fine. And each of these trees also has one.
Wow, look at that. Carrots do grow on trees.
Apparently. Alright, that's it. Now let's continue.
Wow, no loading screens, impressive.
Well, this particular, you can tell it's the entire area, and that particular just goes for, see, like much like on this, it just go through the trees barrier that the trees right there. It's like a gigantic area. It's just that there's trees in the middle of each of them, but it's technically one big area that was loaded. Think of those. Think of those holes too as this game's equivalent of passing through the narrow passages in modern games, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Merlin.
Yes, lives.
It reminds me of like when in Sonic 3D, you could go down the holes and then come back up somewhere else. And could you imagine if the Saturn version had to load for that?
And yeah, like I mentioned,
that version were already kind of.
So, my take is that nowhere is just where Merlin goes off to practice magic, but I'm guessing this is actually his home time. Yeah.
Like I said, he likes to travel for time, and we managed to catch him here, and yeah, he gives us an ability. Oh.
Bring it back. I'll be glad to help you.
Okay, so...
I didn't mention that because... Oh?
We have to get his magic book, then. Because Witch Hazel
I mentioned that because according to that mailbox, this is his home address.
In this particular time period, maybe.
Okay.
Alright, so there's Witch Hazel. You can easily take her down by just having her come straight and then be hit by the anvil.
Yeah, again, Witch Hazel is the biggest letdown of the villain in this game.
Yeah, you'd think they'd give her a boss fight too.
You barely find her, and every time it's basically just super easy. Oh, you didn't do it. It gets better if you kick her. She literally bounces off of the anvil.
There it is, Merlin.
Marvelous! You've brought back my magic cookbook. Now, let's see what I can do for you. I can teach you a magical trick if you like.
Great!
All right, listen carefully, Rabbit. Say "Ali Ali Oxenfree" over this symbol and you'll be able to jump to a higher level.
There you go. We got the super jump ability.
And hey, they did at least give a reason why you can only use it in certain areas, so kudos. And that's more than a lot of PlayStation games did.
All right, that's it for this area. There's no pointing. You can't get all of the Acme boxes on your first run, so might as well move on. All right, back to the previous area.
Yeah, there's no real particular end to that stage, essentially. It's basically come in and go out as you please.
Well, in that particular section, yes, but if you get to the top of the castle, you have a proper rabbit hole that works as the level exit. That being said, yeah, we're going to exit right now, because I'll take care of the rest of the level at some other time.
So let me guess. Back to... Oh.
Good.
Let's see if we open
But
something
you
new.
left some stuff behind you.
Nope.
Let me see your position.
Alright, that's okay, because now that we have the super jump ability, it means we can go back to some of those previous levels and check out what's up.
That's okay.
Alright, which means we can now finally unlock that second pirate stage we unlocked a couple parts ago.
Yeah, still have no idea what the deal with that
Ali
was.
Oxenfree!
Right through the roof.
There you go. Now we can go in.
Literal jaw dropping.
Alright.
Call follow Red Pirate Road. Yeah, I get the idea why you're not doing it immediately, because it also takes its bit of a time.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of a funny thing. Like, you can be working to get into this one level, only to find out, oh, if you want to properly finish this level, you gotta find some other stuff. Again, I get it. It definitely helps give more
Backtracking.
depth, I want to say, but yeah, backtracking. Again, I get why certain games do it. It's just, I guess my preference is always like a game that you can technically go all the way through, essentially, but I will agree that there is some excitement to be had in essentially, finding something that's not unlocked yet and then being able to come back later and unlock
Get
it.
5 of these objects to
It's good for an
receive a
overall
clock
experience.
symbol.
It's not always the best, admittedly, for commentary experiences, but hey, what you gonna do?
Alright. So now I should be able to handle that particular section we saw earlier where there was some super jump symbols.
So, curious, what are you guys' favorite time dates from this game?
Mine? I don't think I have a particular favorite one. I like all of them.
I guess the medieval ages for me, but my favorite level in the entire game is squarely in the pirate era, but it's one of the late ones. You'll be able to see eventually.
I'm guessing it's the pirate ship battle, but
No.
I'll wait and see. Oh, okay.
Alright, might as well explain something. Like you might have noticed, there was even a level earlier in the pirate years that you need 100 clocks to get in. The amount total of clocks you need to get in order to get to the present and end the game is 120. Now you might be thinking, well, that's literally the 100% quota of Mario 64 and Sunshine. That is true, audience. That being said, as you have noticed, one thing that this game definitely adds over Mario 64 and Sunshine is that you don't just leave the level the moment you get a clock, right? So getting clocks in this game is much less time consuming compared to Mario 64 and Sunshine. Because
Yeah, that was the weird thing that I never got from Mario 64. The idea of structuring each star as a separate mission and having to reload the level every single time.
I know why.
This is like sometimes they had to restructure the level for
Yes.
specific star missions.
They did.
That being said, if you were lucky, you could sometimes work it out that you could get multiple stars, although I think that was usually only, like, if you were pairing up, like, a coin mission with the main mission, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, see, the way Mario 64 is designed is like this. Since each mission is curated, it has curated level design specifically geared toward it, there's some minor changes. Problem is, the game cannot just automatically change itself and load the changes in the middle of the level because the technology just wasn't quite there yet, right? So they had to get you out of the level and load the level back up again, this time with the proper new level design required for said star, right? The developers of this game, on the other hand, they decided to instead just make the levels more, how should I put this, less specific and less tight in their design, so that you can just explore and just gather various clocks. The disadvantage that this design has, while it is true that it makes things less time consuming, it does make the clocks not really stand out. Like, for example, like you just get clocks and that's it. Whereas in Mario 64, I can talk about stars that are memorable because they're much more specifically designed with a specific premise or a specific gimmick. The clocks in this game are just collectibles, and you collect by just randomly finding them, so there's not really that much in terms of memorability in how you obtain them, you know? Aside from maybe bosses, maybe. Yeah.
Essentially, what you could do is, like, think of, say, each Mario level as, like, you know, say, your own... think of each Mario 64 level as, like, the equivalent of the hub world in this game, essentially. The idea that, technically, you can do a mission that is not the one you go in for on Mario 64, but, again, you can only do one at a time. Whereas, you know, in this case, with Bugs Bunny, essentially... the levels themselves, essentially, are, like, you know, you got your hubs. However, unlike Mario 64, you can get, like, a multitude of clocks. Like, you're doing a whole ton of missions all in one go, essentially.
The thing is, with
as opposed to where Mario 64, it's definitely a lot more designated.
Yeah, that's the thing. Each star in Mario 64 is a mission, like that was designed like tightly with a specific gimmick. Which by extension makes them more memorable individually. Whereas the clocks in this game, you just, like, some of them you just randomly find them. Like, you know, again, Super Mario Odyssey took this approach, by the way. Like,
I was just about to say, again, if that's supposed to be a, you know, not even a complaint, but even an observation, that will also, you know, try to give, you know, a voice to the people who, you know, try to be, you know, special on YouTube by saying, oh, actually, Odyssey wasn't really that great because you just find more randomly on the ground.
The thing about...
Like, okay.
Go on.
My personal take is that there is a place for each of those different gameplay styles, and I feel like both can work, essentially.
I will argue that Odyssey, the good balance of having more properly designed challenges and the more stuff like that. I will argue that because Odyssey has a lot of tight challenges, like specific sunshine style platforming sections and stuff like that. I will argue Odyssey managed to hit a sweet spot and include both types of design.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, tune in for the next part.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you then.